What would happen to you, your spouse, and your family if you were blindsided on the way home from work tonight? Hey, I'm Kaleb Paddock, the founder of 10 Talents Financial Planning, and last week, while I wasn't blindsided, I was rear-ended. Now, I'm okay. This was an accident that happened at a stop sign, and I was hit from behind by a large Ford F-150 Super Duty truck, but by God's grace, it was at about 10, 15 miles an hour, and I'm okay. Taking the car in for some auto body repair work, but as far as I know, I'm in good shape, don't have any after effects or issues from the accident, but I was rear-ended, and it got me to thinking, what would have happened if instead of being rear-ended, I actually made it out past the stop sign and got blindsided on my driver's side door? Could have easily have happened, semi-truck, another vehicle. What would happen to my wife? Let's say I survive. I'm not saying like a death, so I'm not trying to scare you into like a death scenario, but I'd be in the hospital, issues with the business, etc. What would happen to you? For me, this has really stirred within me a desire to update some existing things we have in place, making my wife more aware of where we have all of the financial accounts, passwords. We use things like password managers, just et cetera, the estate planning documents, et cetera, business contingency plans. All of that is like in place, life insurance, disability, all the things you'd expect your financial planner to have. I've got them, but just refreshing those, making sure website links, passwords are up to date. If there's two-factor authentication, making sure my wife knows how to reach those things, making sure that she understands where to find these things, where to go, what is the process, what are the PIN numbers. So I think there is a stage that we get to in financial planning, like do this stuff. Get the life insurance, get the disability, get the estate planning, etc. Name the beneficiaries. But there's also this practical step that I'm going to be refreshing later this month for myself, which is just updating your password manager, putting down those note sections, detailed notes of instructions, what to do, where to go, names of people, names and phone numbers and email addresses, in addition to passwords and PIN numbers and the two-factor authentication apps, so that my spouse knows where they are, understands where to find them, where to go, if I were in the hospital or got blindsided, or if it were to be a worse accident. This also has me thinking though too on the business side, this is actually something that many of my clients find peace of mind in, is that I am the person their spouse can reach out to and say, something's happened, I need to know, where do I go for this? Who do I call for that? How do I get logged in here? How do I transfer money? How do I do this? I'm in a frazzled state of mind. Please help. And I think this is something that not everyone appreciates. They don't appreciate that, like, if you're a do-it-yourself man or woman running your finances and your spouse isn't that interested, you're really missing the key element of having a thinking partner for your spouse if you just were in the hospital for a couple months, right? Not a death scenario. Like I said, I'm not trying to scare you with this video, but just practically, like you're in the hospital, you're injured, you can't move your hands, maybe your mouth, you've got one of those braces, you can't knock this down, you can't speak. What would happen practically? And I think a financial planner really is in that role to be able to say, hey, I've got this. Let me know what you need. I'll get you the information, the websites, the numbers, the names of people that you need to call, and we'll get those right over to you so you don't have to think about it. So a lot of stuff on my mind from this. Again, I'm okay. The car needs some bumper work, taking that in later in the week, but something that I thought about today, ponder this, take baby steps wherever you're at. Take baby steps in this area to be able to look out for your spouse and your family members in case something like this were to happen more serious to you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kaleb. Thanks.